Simplified interpretation of Surah Al-Imran, verse 151. We will cast terror into the hearts of those who disbelieve, because they have associated with Allah that for which He has not sent down any authority. And their refuge is the fire. And wretched is the abode of the wrongdoers. Summary of the interpretation of Surah Al-Imran verse 151. Allah gives glad tidings to the believers that He will cast fear and terror into the hearts of the disbelievers, so that neither their strength nor their large numbers will avail them if Allah wills to defeat them. This was fulfilled after the Battle of Uhud, when fear crept into the hearts of the polytheists, causing them to retreat and not return to confront the Muslims. The verse clarifies that the reason for this terror is their associating partners with Allah and their reliance on false deities that possess neither benefit nor harm, and for which Allah has sent down no proof or evidence to establish the validity of their worship. The polytheist possesses neither true certainty nor a firm foundation upon which to rely, and therefore his heart is troubled and fearful. The verse also indicates that polytheism is not based on sound evidence from God, and that the believer possesses the strength of argument and faith, while the disbeliever has lost guidance and proof. The verse concludes by describing the fate of the wrongdoers and polytheists if they die in their disbelief: hellfire, to which they will return and abide. And what a wretched destination and abode awaits those who wrong themselves through disbelief and associating partners with God. Summary of the interpretation of Surah Al-Imran, verse 152. This verse clarifies that God Almighty fulfilled His promise of victory to the believers at the beginning of the Battle of Uhud. The Muslims were victorious over their enemy by God's permission, and the signs of victory were clearly before them. However, the situation changed when hesitation and doubt crept in among some of them, and disputes arose regarding the implementation of the prophets, peace and blessings be upon him, command, especially after the spoils of war appeared. Some chose to remain obedient and adhere to the prophets, peace and blessings be upon him, command, while others were inclined to collect the spoils. The verse shows that victory is linked to obedience to God and His messenger, and that disobeying divine guidance was the reason for the trial that befell the Muslims at Uhud. God intended, through this trial, to nurture the believers and teach them practically the consequences of obedience and disobedience, so that they would become more steadfast and committed to His path. Despite their error, God, in His grace, pardoned and forgave them, and did not expel them from the fold of faith. Rather, He showed them that what had happened was a great lesson, preparing them for something even greater in the future of their mission. The verse affirms that both victory and defeat occur according to God's laws, and that believers benefit from trials just as they benefit from victories. God is indeed a source of immense favor to the believers.